The story of JAFRA is a story of success. How a small, home-based business grew to become an international company with nearly 200,000 active, independent consultants, each with unlimited opportunity and potential to grow, personally, professionally, and financially. To understand the success of JAFRA, it's important to understand the role of its co-founder and driving force, Jan Day. Through this conversation with Jan, you'll gain insight into her common-sense approach to building a business, and you'll realize that her success comes from consistently doing what is in the best interest of others.
Well, I'd always been interested in skincare, and I can remember the first time I bought a set of cosmetics. I could tell that the woman who was really pressuring me into buying rather than being interested in my complexion and how it would benefit me. So, and I wasn't happy with the results. So one of my friends was selling another product, and I tried it, and I just loved it. And I said, I think I'd like to do this. So I went to the manager, and I said, could you issue me a case so that I could sell this product? And she said, well, I'm sorry, but I don't think you could succeed because you're not glamorous enough.
However, that manager failed to learn one of the most important lessons of life. Never underestimate the power of a woman with a dream. Jan never viewed criticism as a setback. Adversity made her stronger. Combined with the encouragement and support of her partner, Frank, Jan was destined to reach her dreams.
And then, of course, later on, Frank said, let's build a company and take all the things that we don't like about direct selling and eliminate those things and just build a very comfortable company. So he and I together, we were just two consultants to start with in 1956. And I put on the first class, and there were 4 people there, and I was so thrilled that they loved the product. And from that class, I scheduled 3. He scheduled 3 or 4 at each class, and pretty soon we had so many classes that we just had to recruit and sponsor other people.
One of the reasons I feel that JAFRA has been the success that it has is that we did so many things for the right reasons.
Doing the right things for the right reasons has always been Jan's motto. This guiding philosophy is most evident in the way she treats people. Whether close acquaintance or perfect stranger, everyone gets her full attention.
The first time I met Jan Day, I was a brand new manager, new in the program, not sure that this is what I wanted to do, not sure that JAFRA was going to be my life. And she made me feel that I was the most important person in the room, made me feel that I could do anything that I wanted to do, or be anybody that I wanted to be. And I saw that she did that with so many people that she met. And that's the type of person that leaves a lasting mark in your memory.
Jan has a warm and friendly personality, and she makes you feel very important from the moment you meet her. She gives you her full attention. She knows how to build your self-esteem and your confidence, and she's interested in you, and you know that.
I think the first thing you think of Jan is not a description, but feelings and what she portrays and what she gives. And one thing I can think of is her humility. She's very humble. Her sincere appreciation and caring for other people. She makes you believe that you can do anything you want if you want it badly enough, and you do it for the right reason.
Jan communicates her belief, I think, in everybody by her acceptance, by her ability to overestimate. She used to always say, I overestimate people rather than underestimate, and I thought that was wise advice.
If you listen to people and appreciate them, they will, and you have high expectations, they'll live up to your expectations.
She never expected JAFRA to be as big as it is, but she did expect people to do as much as they possibly could to develop themselves.
I can remember the first time someone ordered a complete set from me. I was flabbergasted. I said, are you sure you want it all? And she said, yes, I love it. So from then on, I learned how to sell sets. I went home and was so excited when to tell Frank, and he said, "Oh, gee, you mean you met rich women?" No, I met women who really, really appreciated JAFRA.
She has taught me how to appreciate everything that she's ever had in any part of her life. She's always appreciated where she is. She's always been grateful.
I have learned so many things from Jan Day, but I think the most important thing is she gave us, probably, besides the concept, a product that we are proud to represent, and that through the years we can always continue being proud through all the different improvements, through all the different things that JAFRA has done. And in everything that JAFRA does, there's always Jan Day.
She never changes, and I've known her for 20 years, and she's just the same person she was there. She cares. She loves JAFRA. She believes in JAFRA, not just the product, but just, again, the whole concept of growing people.
I've always enjoyed the success of other people, and it's easy to focus on what their success is.
Jan not only appreciates people, she expects them to value themselves, to hold themselves in high enough regard to develop and achieve success. And while she may not have foreseen the tremendous growth of JAFRA, there was never a doubt in Jan's mind that she and Frank and those associated with them would succeed.
Well, I knew it was going to be successful because there wasn't an alternative. Frank used to say, now, if we fail, we could still go out and sell something. And I said, I hate four-letter words, and fail is my least favorite four-letter word, so we're going to succeed.
If I had to give her a label, I would label her the first lady of success.
I value most of all my relationship with Jan over the years because it's been an ongoing mutual admiration. And I just feel like a lot of my confidence, a lot of my self-worth, my abilities, a lot of it was enhanced by knowing Jan.
She builds people. She makes them know that they can do anything they want. And she's their biggest cheerleader.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jan and Frank Day!
When it came to encouraging people to become their best, Jan Day has always been a cheerleader.
So in 1973, we became a subsidiary of the Gillette Company, and they had markets all over the world. So soon after that, I began to travel, which was one of my dreams. I never had time to travel when we were building the company. And in my youth, I didn't have the money to travel, and now I was given this opportunity to share JAFRA in other countries. People have the same feelings all over the world about the JAFRA program, the JAFRA concept, and the product, and the potential for growth and success.
She believes in the value and the power of women and what we can do and that we are capable and able to be the presidents of our own business.
People used to say to us, well, you know, you'll never really build the Hispanic market. But I didn't look at them as Hispanic or whatever. I looked at them as people who loved the JAFRA skincare program and who wanted to share it with other people.
If somebody would come to me and ask me, what is Jan Day? Who is Jan Day? I guess all I can say is Jan Day is JAFRA. JAFRA is Jan Day.
She's a people person, and she knows how to bring out the best in people, and that's what I wanted to learn to do. She also cared about people and put their needs above hers. And I saw those qualities and felt that that was something that I wanted to be more like and to exemplify that.
I think a lot of people that get involved in JAFRA get involved for the people. And Jan is the person, if you'd have to pick one person. She attracts people that tend to be like herself.
I met Jan Day at a meeting in the Palisades, and because I was new, she sort of just spotted me out and came up and greeted me, and I felt immediately accepted. And the meeting was wonderful. Afterwards, she came up and asked me a few questions, and She just made me feel like the most important person in the room, which is what she does. She asked me how many classes I had on my calendar and how many I wanted to have, and did I have a plan for getting them, and I said, yes, this is what I wanted to do, and she said, wow, it sounds to me like you're going to have those 20 classes by our next meeting. So the minute you get the 20th one, I want you to call me so that we can celebrate your success.
If they really want to grow in JAFRA, they'll hold classes where they will schedule more classes, where they will train their consultants, where they can dovetail classes to the consultants that go with them. They can identify future leaders for their branches, their districts, and they'll make everybody more beautiful inside and out.
She finds what's inside and she brings it and pulls it to the outside so that you can see it from the inside and out.
Bringing out the best in people, appreciating individual differences, and working with people to help them become their best has always been a characteristic of good leaders. Jan Day has taken this principle a step further, teaching others not only to recognize individuality, but to understand and respect it, to put yourself in the other person's shoes.
The concept of JAFRA can be used in every aspect of life, not just in a company. It's something that you do in every walk of life.
If you're working with people, you shouldn't assume that you know what they want or what they need. So I always had a formula.
And the first thing was to always treat people as you would want to be treated yourself if you were in their shoes. And then the second thing was to always do things for the right reasons, and it would usually turn out right. And then the other thing was to offer every woman the same opportunity that we have to be a part of this fabulous company.
I learned about the concept many years ago talking to Jan. I was very excited, and I was telling her, Jan, I think I got the concept finally, the sharing and caring thing.
The concept of JAFRA was really initiated and grew from the field, the way the girls worked together, the way they felt about each other.
What I learned then is that the concept is not something that I learned from books or just reading about it. The concept is something I have to live every day, and I have to practice every day, and I have to put myself on the shoes of the other person and do it lovingly.
The concept is, so many people compare it to the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that really isn't, I mean, you're assuming that you know what you like is what other people are going to like. So it's doing unto others as you would like them to do unto you if you were in their shoes.
And she gave me a pair of her shoes. They're brown and beige suede, and she told me to give these to someone that I met that would like to walk in her shoes. I still have those shoes today. I have given them out probably 50 different times at different events when we talked about Jan and how you can be as successful as she is.
All truly great teachers share a common trait. They never stop being students. Jan Day embodies this quality more than most. While freely sharing her knowledge and experience with everyone around her, she never assumes she knows it all. In fact, she actively seeks to learn something from everyone she meets.
The thing about Jan is that she tends to give of herself, her time, her energy, and her knowledge.
Every time I put on a meeting or a training class, I would ask a lot more questions than I'd answer. I think that's another part of the concept, is to bring out the best in other people.
I've been at hundreds and hundreds of meetings where Jan has participated. And when she takes the microphone, she's not the star. She immediately starts talking about who's there, what have you done, any birthdays, anybody pregnant? I mean, it would go on and on and on. And first thing you know, we're learning all this wonderful knowledge, but she never took credit for it. She always drew it out of those who were there.
I can learn more from 300 women than I can teach as one person.
She truly is interested in other people. and she feels that she's going to learn from everybody that she meets. And because she believes this so strongly, she asks questions and she listens. And what happens to people is that we all feel valued. We feel important. We feel like we have something to contribute.
A good consultant knows how to involve other people, how to ask questions, and to create a comfortable atmosphere at a class. She has big eyes and big ears and a little tiny mouth.
Jan just seemed to like to leave things behind her. And I know we were always kind of going after her because she didn't know where she left her shoes or other things. So anyhow, it was really fun to kind of be caretakers for Jan. And I think that was part of her charm. You know, she's a very non-pretentious person, a very down-to-earth person. As great as she is, she's just one of us.
And she taught me how to have fun and still work at the same time.
Perhaps the most amazing thing about Jan Day is that time has not diminished the enthusiasm, fire, or her zest for life. She will always be a woman of sparkle and style.
I'm still trying to grow old with grace and good spirit, and I'm still think it's important to encourage people. And when people call me about JAFRA, I ask them when they put on their last class and why they don't have more on the calendar.
She has the patience with people. She has the sympathy with people. She understands women in a sympathetic way.
I think Frank taught me a lot too, because he seemed to appreciate me way beyond what I merited, and I think that carries over. You build people's self-esteem by appreciating what they do and what they are and what they say.
In her daily personal and business life, Jan has always lived the core values of JAFRA, so the ultimate success of the company has never been in doubt. A wonderful teacher, she never stops learning from others. She builds the self-esteem of everyone she meets by truly listening and sincerely appreciating. And every life she touches becomes inspired to reach further, inspired to believe in themselves, inspired to achieve far more than they ever would have dreamed.
I think it's important to be frugal. I was raised during the Depression, and I consider that one of the most valuable parts of my life, because I learned to be an appreciator. I think that